know what a TV dinner feels like. That time again, time for the solo overnighter in the woods. And once again, we're going to cross off a bucket list item. So let's get to it. So looking at something like this, the external frame is ready made, and all I'm going to have to do is dig down a bit, take that clay, pack it on the sides, give myself some depth, that way I can move around inside here, and then basically cover this thing up with logs and a poncho, make it somewhat weatherproof to where it's going to conceal myself as well as trap the heat. My opening can be on that side over there, small fire like a Dakota fire hole, and I think we'll be in business. So let's get to it. As you can see here, we're not getting too elaborate. I'm just going down about 6 inches, enough to get inside here so I can roll around, turn to my side, turn to my back if I need to. Approximately 6.5 feet long. Perfect for a poncho. Again, nothing too elaborate. Just taking that excess dirt and filling the sides in. That way we have walls and a makeshift roof. The old Bruce Willis. Now I know what a TV dinner feels like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll land this right here. That way this height will match this height. We can land some logs across this and a poncho over top. last thing for this right here is I'm thinking we go out to the field over here and where I was doing the digging at and cut some large squares out and try to lift them up and just lay them on top of here. And that way we have something like an earthen mound that's kind of blending in with the surroundings. The ground's too hard to dig right here, meaning there's too many roots. So a Dakota fire hole right here isn't an option. I'll go ahead and just build one out of clay, or build a fire pit out of clay, and try and keep it small. Alright, so far so good. We're looking outstanding. We're all camoed up, the sides are enclosed, have a couple of vent holes I'll show you later. Fire pit's done, and I'm thinking we build a partial wall right there. That way I can cover this up with a backpack or a small tarp, or even my blanket, and retain that heat inside. There we go, a coyote den in the woods. Chow time. give you pizza on a bagel. Take that in 1991. Just saying. I'm going to finish this bad boy, make about 5 more. Catch you all in a few. So this is my first time using this actual cooling rack, but I turned it into like a convection oven, and one of those air fryers, I guess. It's kind of cool. Cook that thing up in like 10 minutes or less. So my mess kit that I showed earlier, you can't buy that as one piece. You got to piece it together. But the link for Stuff Reliance Outfitters is inside my description box, so check that out. If you want to get one of these, you can probably piece it together. I believe everything's in stock. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Alright, so here we are, we're inside the shelter. It's kind of tight, but here's my shoulder. I can actually touch the roof here and these logs, but I can still turn if I have to. I'm happy with this. We're going to call this a coyote den in the woods. Backstory real quick, I was walking around my property on the back 70 acres, and then I looked over and I was trying to, I'm trying to find the 3 mine shafts that have the actual openings. I found vent holes, and I stumbled upon one of those. And I can look down inside there, and I'm quite sure coyotes use it now because I can hear them at night screaming and hollering back there. But it gave me an idea. I was like, why not create an improvised coyote den in the woods? That's exactly what we did. Real tight. I can move around here. I got about 3.5 feet of space this way and about 6.5 feet this way. So I'm happy with that. I can turn around. I can plug the opening and retain that body heat. So we'll talk about the shelter in the morning, but I just want to give you guys a quick backstory on this and how my mind works. I can see something and then translate it and make it work for me. So, yeah, crazy as F. For some reason, people thought that when I hit 1 million subs, I was done. I'm not going to be done. At some point, I want to get the classroom going, my online classroom. At some point, I want to get midweek videos going again, where I do different stuff like foundry working, metal working. I just recently bought a forge for my shop, have all my welding equipment in there. It's just, this stuff takes time, okay? You have to give me time to get this. I don't just stay up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and just run. It has to be for a point, for a purpose, and I have to have time to do it. This video here is end of the week. I'm getting it out late, but you're going to have this video Sunday, obviously. And we're going to just keep on chugging along here, because after 14 years, why walk away now? Just saying. So this week, I have my cousin, of all people. He's a crazy bastard, but I love him. His name's Philip Firestone, of Firestone Forge and Craft. Check him out. He does a lot of forging. He was a beginner several years ago, and he's brought it up to mainstream now to where he's doing it. He's building a bus right now to live in it off-grid. It's going to be pretty cool because a lot of his ideas I'm looking at, I was like, well, I can do that too. And it's presented in a way to where you can understand it just like my channel. So check him out. Firestone, Forge, and Crafts. And with that, I'll catch you on the morning for breakfast. Take care. Breakfast and coffee time. Tell you what though, sleeping inside of a coyote den wasn't that bad. we have our sausage, egg, and cheese protein breakfast cooked in a 140-year-old skillet. That's what we're talking about right there. Yep. Always outstanding. I mean, how can it get any better? We've got a campfire going, sun's not up yet, and we're in the woods. Catch you all in a few. All right, let's talk about this shelter. We have a improvised coyote den in the woods. Like I said, I just stumbled upon that vent shaft and I was like, you know what, that'd be kind of cool to build. Nothing elaborate, just enough for me to get in there, move around a little bit, and had a nice cubby on this side over here where I could actually tuck my gear and actually slept on that side. Pushed my backpack towards the door. We had a small opening, but believe it or not, with it being 35 last night, 35 degrees Fahrenheit, it retained heat in there. It was probably in the 50s, and with that Swagman roll blankie whoopee, I was good. So cold weather is coming, so so are more great shelters. Stick with me. And there you go. Solo overnight building an improvised coyote den in the woods. More great things to come. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in 3 places. 1, my Amazon influencer page, and 2, my Self-Reliance Outfitters influencer page. If you're interested in Corporals Corner merchandise, that can be found on Teespring. All 3 links are found inside my description box. Now please do me that favor. Hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm going to catch you next time. Now it's time for Corporals' final thoughts. Okay, let's talk about price. What is your price? People say, name your price. What that implies is that everyone in some way, shape, or form can be bought and sold. But what do I mean by that? Someone's going to say, you can't buy me. There's not a price on it I can put on my family or what I do. And you drink alcohol, or you smoke cigarettes, or you have pills, either prescription or non-prescription, or you enjoy certain vices after work or going to the casino. So in some way, shape, or form, almost every single person has a price. What is your price? Now, where am I going with this? Whatever you do, your relationship, your working environment, the place of business that you work, whether you're independent contractor, 1099, or you're an employee, everyone has a price of what you're willing to do or how far you will go. And there's no right or wrong answer to this. This is something to think about. That's why it's called the final thought. What is your price? Where do you draw that line? I'll only do this, but I won't do that. Sounds like a Meatloaf song. But bottom line, when you lay your head down at night, you yourself have to be comfortable with what you do and what you have done and what you're going to do. If you can do that, then everything's all good in the hood. So with that, take care of yourself and each other.